Yeah, I'm here with the Lord on Sunday. We're just hanging out. Figured, no better place to be than in the presence of the Lord.
Amen.
So talk to me a little bit about, let's talk about the name first. We can't, we can't do this. I'm Rick Barker from the Music Industry Blueprint, by the way. But yeah. I love the fact that Dylan just started rolling this because you're a very spontaneous person. I just met you, but I can see that we would have fun hanging out together.
Yeah, definitely.
And no one would know if we were serious or not serious.
Right.
So let's talk. Let me talk to you, Lord.
Okay.
Well, tell me about the Lord.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Well, first my name was Charisma, and I wanted to keep
So
that,
you were born Charisma?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, you've got, really cool parents.
I wish.
Yeah, somebody was smoking some weed. Yeah, I'm going to call her Charisma. Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
What's your birth name?
Candace.
All right. Candace is good.
That's cool.
All right, so you went from Candace to Charisma.
Yeah.
Now you're the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that transition.
Well, it wasn't, my homeboy started calling me that because I had my hair all blonde. So he would just play around and stuff. I was like, you know what, let me play with that. And then one of my graphic designer, his name is Carol Wolf, he said, yes, you should keep that your name. That's the shit.
Really? He was all about that?
Yeah, he was all about that. So I just been, playing with it. I wanted to stay Charisma, but it's too many Charismas. It's a Call Me Charisma, it's a DJ Charisma, it's a Charisma. It's
well, aren't you afraid people are going to mistake you for the Lord? I mean, you went for Lord. There's Lord.
Yeah.
How do you spell yours?
Lord.
Okay, and then what's the last part of it?
Goldie.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
Goldie.
Goldie.
Yeah.
Like for the blonde hair.
Yeah, for the
blonde Goldilocks.
hair. Yeah.
So
exactly,
Lord Goldilocks.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, there would only ever be one Lord Goldilocks if you have to switch it up. We could go to that.
You're right. I'm growing my hair out, so I might have to.
Cool. It's funny because when I hear those names, I had friends growing up and their parents were big potheads and they were all named after flowers. And I'm like, oh, you can't pick your parents. It's like, but you can change your name.
You can.
Okay, so let's talk about your music. Tell me what's going on with you.
Well, I do hip hop, you know what I'm saying, like trap. My last EP I dropped, I call it Trap Conscious.
Okay.
Because, I was in that lifestyle for a while, so I could talk about it, but then I bring awareness to, what happens when you're in that lifestyle.
Let's talk about the lifestyle. For those that don't understand, the cool part about the internet is people are going to find you.
Right.
They're going to realize, holy crap, the Lord has been hanging out on the internet. Talk about that trap lifestyle.
Okay, so basically, we came up broke. Okay. And so I started selling weed.
Got it.
Advanced to selling cocaine and stuff like that.
Understand it well. Better than you think.
Right. Hey, I wouldn't. Hey, me and this lady had a conversation the other day, and she used to move around for the cartel. I never.
Yeah.
I would
you don't
never,
judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. So I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? 3.5 years. Came home and it just started doing the music, going full speed. I've always wrote. I used to do it back in high school and stuff like that. I went to SAE, but I wasn't really focused.
Right.
But I'm focused now.
Good.
Yeah.
How much, and I'm going to share a little bit of my personal story with you, but how much of being in prison affects your work ethic today, knowing that when you have free time, boy, you better use your free time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kill it. Man, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, it's some days when you're in that thing for 23 and 1. You get out for 1 hour, you take a shower, you might can get a phone call.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe see the yard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Depending on the mood
of
everyone in there.
Exactly. It's been times where we went a few days with we had the bath in the
whatever
sink.
Yeah. And it's not always the freshest water either.
No.
It's interesting because people will look at me and when I tell them my story, I've been sober over half my life, 26 years. It's like I was I was always an entrepreneur, so I worked in the 80s in Hollywood. I worked at a strip club and sold the drugs. I figured if they need the girls and the drugs, I should be the guy because I can take care of both of them. Now, I was able to get through that whole phase of my life without ever getting arrested. It was after I got sober, didn't think I had a drinking problem, so I used to drink so I could drive. I was so high on cocaine, so I used to have to do that. I got 3 DUIs in a month and then found a judge that didn't think as kindly of me as I thought of me. And he said, no means no, and you keep driving on a suspended license. So I did 4 months in county jail.
Gotcha.
And I tell people that was probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. The best thing is because it humbled me as a person, realizing I'm no better than anyone else. And it also made me appreciate what I had. Because I took a lot for granted. I think a lot of people do that. And those people that have been on the inside, and it was funny, I was sharing my story at my daughter's youth group, and I said, honey, and my daughter's never known me as a using. I'm always a drug addict and I'm always alcoholic. I tell people that you don't graduate.
Right.
There is no end. I'm always going to be that way. And she's never seen me using. And I said, Brianna, is there anything that you don't want Daddy to share about his story? Mm-hmm. She said, well, maybe about that part when you were in prison. I said, baby, I was never in prison. She goes, so it's not like Pitbull and parolees?
Definitely not.
And I said, no, I was in county jail. I said, still no fun. I said, but it's a little bit different. Are you able to incorporate any of that into your music and that messaging and things like that?
Definitely.
Tell me the story that you think most people relate to and hit home with, that because of your past experience, if you hadn't experienced it, would never have been shared and maybe change some folks or influence some folks. What song is that for you?
Day by Day.
Day by Day. Okay.
Yeah, we actually did a video on YouTube where it's me, my homeboy who does merch and got a clothing line now. It's called Benjamin Brothers. And another homegirl of mine who was in there with me, we kind of did like mini interviews, just talking about things we went through in there.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then hit some statistics at the end. And so it was like a mini documentary / video. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And it's Day by Day.
Day by Day on YouTube.
Yeah, it's funny because I always use my story as a way to tell people that your path doesn't define your future. I went from living homeless on the street, strung out on crack, to launching the career of Taylor Swift. Right. How does that happen? It's because the Lord, not necessarily this Lord, but the Lord had other plans for me, and it sounds like has other plans for you as well.
Amen.
Dude, this has been awesome. I appreciate it. So excited to check out more of your music. And if you guys are ever in the Nashville area, stop by H.O.M.E. You've heard everyone talk about it. 615 Main Street, right behind Center 615. And I'm a high five guy. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Be good.
Thank you.
And it's always great to spend your Sundays with the Lord.
Amen.
Is that all right for you? We didn't go too deep?
No, we didn't go too deep. I mean, we could have. It doesn't matter.
No, people respect that and they love it.